What's up, you guys? Welcome to another live stream that we have for the month of August. It is August 9th, 2022. And we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and on Instagram as well for those of you that are joining us. I already see some people on YouTube and on Facebook already. So if you're joining us and you have access to the chat section, just give a quick thumbs up to see if everything is working fine, and so that we know that our tech setup is working okay before we jump in. But seems to be working well on our end. I also see probably about 20 people or so on Facebook also joining. So we're actually streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So if you're joining us from any of those platforms, you should be able to engage with us. But if you're just joining, just kind of let us know that everything's working fine before we jump in. For those of you that are new to kind of this format of live stream, essentially what we do is every month I kind of spend about an hour to answer any questions you guys might have about the apparel decoration industry, as well as every live stream we try to go over a specific topic just to give you guys some tips and tricks on some specific topics within the apparel decoration industry. So today we're actually going to be talking about how to take your embroidery business to the next level, which I'll give you kind of about 3 or 4 different tips on how to do that and discuss further about those ways to scale your embroidery business. And even though a lot of these tips might be more applicable to scaling, it will definitely help you think about kind of the framework you want to approach, even when you're just starting out. Some of these frameworks and tips definitely will apply to you, even if you're just starting out in the business or thinking about getting started in the embroidery business. So I know that a lot of our audience is focused on embroidery, so we kind of wanted to take this time today to discuss this topic on how to take your embroidery business to the next level. All right, so it seems like a lot of people have been giving the thumbs up that the video is working good. So that's great. Before we kind of get started into today's topic and answering some of your questions, I did want to kind of go over some housekeeping things as usual. Some of the sales that we have going on, some flash sales we have also launched on this live stream, as well as some other promos that we have going on, so you guys can take advantage of that if you're interested. So if you are thinking about getting started in the embroidery business, for example, or you're looking to kind of add on to your embroidery line, make sure to check out our sale going on right now with 0% financing for all of our machines. We have the embroidery machine starting at $135 per month with the EM1010. And I already see some people on YouTube saying that I just bought the Ricoma SWD. So definitely great to see that some of you have been kind of purchasing the machines. But yes, so we have the 0% financing for $135 per month, and it comes with everything you need to get started, including a starter kit with threads, backing, needles. Also comes with the training and 7 days and after-hour support, as some of you might know. So if you're interested to get started with embroidery, this will be kind of a great 0% financing option to get started with. Also, in your embroidery machine package, we're also including a free general admission ticket to Deco Summit this year. So for those of you, and I already see a lot of people claiming that free ticket from those that have purchased our machine in the last several months. They've claimed their free ticket once they bought the machine, and it's included in their package, and they've used the free code to kind of register for the event coming up in October. So I'll kind of talk more about Deco Summit as well, which we have a flash sale going on for that as well. But moving on to the DTGs, if you're interested in getting started with direct-to-garment printing, as some of you might know, we do offer the Ricoh RI1000 and the RI2000 DTG printers. That might be something that you might be interested to check out. Make sure to contact us there if you're interested to check out the DTG printers. With DTG, it's 0% financing also for as low as $249 per month. And we're also including a free Deco Summit ticket for that package as well. So because we're also going to have a lot of DTG sessions in Deco Summit this year beyond just the embroidery side. So at Deco Summit, we're going to have direct-to-garment printers, embroidery machines, vinyl cutters, white toner transfer printers, heat presses, chroma digitizing. So a lot of different topics that will be covered in this year's event. And so we're also including a free ticket to Deco Summit with a DTG printer package purchase as well. So if you're interested in that, make sure to check that out and get that while it's still available. All right, so that's on the DTG side. And then we also have some sales going on the shop, on our shop.ricoma.com. We have some sales going on there. We do have 2 different sales going on there. I'll just double check here. We do have 10% off of all heat presses and sewing machines, as well as 20% off of any embroidery add-ons and accessories, as well as 20% off of Chroma digitizing software. So that flash sale is going on till this Friday. So make sure to check that out if you're interested. Go to shop.ricoma.com. If we can pull up that screen there as well. Yeah, we have pretty much a 3-day flash sale going till the end of Friday. And as you can see there, in order to get your 10% off or 20% off, you do need to put in a coupon code. Use the code RIC10 for 10% off of heat presses and sewing machines, and RIC20 for 20% off of embroidery accessories and Chroma software. So make sure to kind of take advantage of that if you're interested. And especially this will be especially helpful if you're looking to add on to your embroidery line with heat presses or sewing machines to complement that. So those things are, can help you expand your offerings in the shop, which actually is something that we'll be talking about today on how to take your embroidery business to the next level. You'll also be getting free shipping on heat presses and sewing machines along with that 10% off using the coupon code RIC10, and that does expire Friday. All right, so I hope that helps. And last but not least, we do have a flash sale for Deco Summit as well. So if you haven't already purchased your ticket, the last time around, they did go up in price. And they're going to go up in price again at the end of this month. So make sure to take advantage of the lower ticket sales, the lower ticket prices right now before they go up again at the end of this month. Right now, they're on sale for $5.95. For the GA tickets and $7.95 for the VIP tickets. So for this flash sale, you'll be getting 10% off of those tickets if you use the code DECO10. That's DECO10. All right, use the code DECO10, and you can save quite a bit on your Deco Summit tickets before they go up once again. So as you can see, the prices have already gone up. If you've missed the last time around, they were like $3.95 for the GA tickets. That's the lowest they'll ever be, and now they're at $5.95. But you can save 10% off of that if you take advantage of the Deco10 code before Friday as well. All right. Okay, so again, just go to decosummit.com to purchase that. You have all the information on there on how to register for it and the prices and what's included in your GA ticket or your VIP ticket. But just a quick overview for the VIP tickets, you do get access to hands-on training sessions with either embroidery, DTG, even the white toner transfer printers. Basically, you get to choose the different slots that you want to go into for your hands-on training, along with access to everything else like the general, like the GA tickets would, into the speaker events and different seminars. And you get access to digitizing software training with Chroma, either the basic track, or you can have a more advanced track depending on kind of your specific skill set and where you're currently at. So I hope that helps. You can, again, go to decosummit.com and check all that out. That coupon code DECO10 does end this Friday as well. All right, and last but not least, I did want to go over the giveaways for today. We actually have 2 giveaways for today's session, so there will be 2 different winners for today's 2 separate giveaways for today's live stream. The first giveaway is going to be a set of Otto caps, and I believe some threads as well from Otto caps. Thanks to our sponsor there. And they'll be giving away some Otto caps blanks as well as some threads for you guys to kind of use in your embroidery process or in your printing process, as well as one lucky winner will be getting a Deco Summit general admission ticket free of charge, so that they can attend Deco Summit this year from October 7th to the 9th. So it will be 2 separate giveaways. Again, the first one is 6 blank auto caps and a thread kit worth about $60. And then the second one is going to be a free Deco Summit general admission ticket worth $595 to one lucky winner there. All right. So I hope that helps. If you're attending this live stream, you're already eligible for the giveaway. So hopefully you guys stay till the end, and when we announce the winner, and claim your prize there. Okay, so with that said, it seems like a lot more people have trickled in, both on Facebook and on YouTube. So we'll kind of get started on today's topic on how to take your embroidery business to the next level. Like I mentioned, this can be applied to even people that are just getting started in the business or thinking about getting started in the embroidery business. And so I kind of wanted to go over three to four tips that I want to give you guys just to think about, how to expand your business further. So the first thing that I would say on how to take your business to the next level is to think about how you can offer different types of offerings. And what I mean by that is, if you're just doing polo shirts, for example, and just starting out with polo shirts, try to think about how you can maybe expand into caps or jackets or belts or patches or other different verticals of products that you can offer to your clients, so that you can have a more well-rounded approach when it comes to the product line that you're able to offer. And the way to really do that is to really kind of get the necessary tools or invest in the right equipment and tools to be able to help you expand your product line and your offerings. So a lot of the accessories, which, as I mentioned before, we do have 20% off of those add-ons and on our shop using the code RIC20. So if you are looking to kind of get a belt hoop, for example, or an 8-in-1 device to be able to embroider sleeves or pockets or belts, right? Those are kind of add-ons that you want to make sure to get, so that your embroidery machine can fit those type of items you're looking to embroider, and then master the skill of trying to embroider those type of items, so you can really offer that wide range of services to your customers. That way, if a customer is asking for embroidery on a sleeve or on a pocket, you have the capabilities to be able to do that. And because these specialty items are a little bit more niche, you can actually charge more for that, because it takes a little bit longer to set up, and there's obviously a learning curve to learning the technique of how to embroider on pockets or back of caps or sleeves and such. So learning those skills will definitely allow you to expand your offerings to your customers, but also at the same time, you need to have the right equipment and the tools to be able to do that. And on our channel, actually on YouTube, we have a variety of videos showcasing some of these add-ons. We have videos showing how to use the belt hoop, how to embroider, a karate belt. We have videos showing the 8-in-1 device and how to, use that. And the 8-in-1 comes with 8 different hoops of different sizes that you can, instead to use for the unhoopable items, again, like pockets and sleeves. And we have tutorials on how to do all of those, so make sure to check those out. And if you're interested to expand those offerings to your customers, that might be an additional revenue stream for you down the road, and you can charge extra for these very kind of niche services. So that's something to definitely keep in mind as you're scaling your business. So that's the first thing that I would say, making sure to look at the different avenues in which you can increase your revenue by offering different types of services to your customers. Now, the second thing that I would mention is kind of along the same lines as this, but in a slightly different way and slightly different approach. Instead of adding on different types of items you're looking to embroider, you can also expand your embroidery business by offering different types of apparel decoration methods. So you combine them with embroidery. And what I mean by this is, if you're maybe adding on a vinyl cutter, maybe adding on direct-to-garment printing, maybe adding on white toner transfer printing, all of these different things, it's able to complement your embroidery business and again allow your customers to have a one-stop shopping experience with your business, and at the same time give them more options to choose from, so that if they need something printed or something done with vinyl, they don't have to go to another shop to get that achieved. They can do all of that with you. And on top of that, having other types of apparel decoration methods within your shop really allows you to create these mixed media designs that you otherwise wouldn't be able to achieve with just one apparel decoration method. So we've done plenty of videos on YouTube as well, showing kind of how to combine, say, like sublimation with embroidery, or heat transfer with embroidery, and that really creates kind of these unique styles of designs that your customers might be very interested in, and you can charge a premium for. So that's another way to also expand kind of your offerings, not just in terms of the different items you're looking to embroider, but the different types of apparel decoration methods that you're able to offer, and that's another avenue in which you can expand your embroidery business and take it to the next level. All right, so those two first points kind of go hand in hand. And then the third thing that I want to mention is think about how to, rather than just making the actual products, how to add additional services in terms of design services or digitizing even to your customers. Because a lot of times I know that new embroiderers, they start out kind of thinking about when they start out with embroidery, they're overwhelmed, or they're kind of just climbing the learning curve, learning how to use their machine, and they don't really necessarily have the time to dedicate to maybe design or digitizing. So they kind of outsource a lot of those services. Now, obviously, there's nothing wrong with that, and a lot of people get started that way. And even when they scale, some people never really get into digitizing. But it is something to consider because it's an additional revenue stream. Especially when we saw during COVID, a lot of people, they weren't able to meet in person to fulfill any orders or take orders, but they were still able to kind of keep their business going because they were able to offer digitizing services, because that can be done fully remote, and not be able to not have to meet in person to kind of go over those specs. So offering digitizing just allows you this other avenue to generate revenue and kind of give you some protection should anything happen with your main business of embroidery, right? And at the same time, digitizing is, once it's learned, it's quite easy to do, and you're able to kind of scale that more rapidly because, you're kind of creating this design and just turning it into digitizing, rather than kind of having to produce like thousands of pieces. Let's say this additional service just really allows you to charge something extra for a particular order that you otherwise would have to pay someone else to do, because every embroidery order is going to require digitizing, as you all know. It's just part of the overall process to get the embroidery done. So you can either choose to outsource it, or you can choose to bring it in-house and obtain that revenue for yourself. And on top of that, I think the other benefit is to have the control over the time frame and the turnaround time for the designs, because many times when you rely on an outside digitizer, you might have to kind of still communicate with them on any fixes or edits that needs to be done to your design. And many times they might take longer to respond. Maybe they have other jobs that they need to attend to. Just controlling it in-house just gives you more overall control on the time frame that it will take to turn around that design for your customer. And I think your customers would appreciate that and be able to go to you to make any designs, and you're making a profit off of that time that's being spent, and at the same time you make money on the back end on doing the actual embroidery. So I think it's just another way to expand your revenue 10-20% by offering that service. And obviously you need the right software and the right training to be able to do that. And again, if you're interested in digitizing, check out our Chroma software. We do have a free trial on that if you ever want to try that out. And if you're interested to kind of purchase during this time when we have a flash sale with 20% off, use the code RIC20 on the shop. Use that coupon code until Friday when it expires, and you can get 20% off of any Chroma license. All right, so that's the third thing that I want to mention. And then lastly, the final tip that I will give you guys is, as you are expanding your embroidery business and you want to scale it further, a lot of people obviously get into multi-head machines, right? Because their single head machine that they started out with might not be able to fulfill their orders anymore. And so they might be kind of burning the midnight oil, so to speak, and staying up all night just to fulfill these orders when it's 50, 100, 200 pieces. And they realize that they can be doing a lot more to grow their business, maybe drumming up more orders or going out there and getting more clients, rather than kind of stuck in the lab and in this production mode constantly, because your machine is not able to keep up and you're constantly just overwhelmed with the orders that you're receiving. So many people kind of expand into multi-heads. One tip that I would give you guys when you are at that stage, when you're expanding into multi-head machines, is to always keep a single head machine around, because I think it's beneficial for a variety of reasons. I think the first reaction that people have is, when I'm upgrading, maybe I just trade in my single head machine for a larger 4-head, 6-head machine, and just keep that because I'm having all these orders and doing them in bulk. What they don't realize is that having a single head machine around at all times, it's going to be beneficial for you to do these smaller batch runs, either just a couple of pieces or a one-off order, or even doing samples and testing for your customers. Because if you only have a 6-head machine, while it's great for 1,000-piece order, when you have to test something or do a small order, you're going to have to turn off multiple heads on that 6-head just to utilize for a smaller order, maybe a couple of pieces, right? And so it's not really maximizing the utility of your 6-head machine that you invested a lot of money into, and at the same time it's not very efficient in terms of your production workflow, because you're having to turn off multiple heads and essentially have those heads sit idle while you're only using 1 or 2 heads. On the flip side, if you're embroidering with a single head and a multi-head machine, you can embroider the smaller runs on the single head machine and embroider the larger bulk runs on the multi-head machine. That's only one of the benefits. The other benefit is that might not be so obvious, is that because a multi-head machine will embroider the same design all at the same time, which is again why it's very conducive for bulk orders and these large volume orders of the same design. But when you have a more customized or personalized order, for the example that I always give is maybe a local soccer team is wanting you to embroider some jerseys for all of their players. Maybe each player will have 2 or 3 jerseys, and the team name across all of the jerseys is the same, right? They're all on the same team, same team, but the individual names of the players are going to be different because they're personalized. And so if you only have a multi-head machine, say a 6-head machine, you're going to be, it'll be great when you're running through the team names, because they're all the same. You can pump out all of those orders at the same time. But when it comes to the individual names, you're going to have to turn off multiple heads just to embroider the individual names, because you can't embroider them all at once since they're all different names for all the players. Now, on the flip side, if you have a single head machine and a multi-head machine, as your multi-head is doing the team names, and as those jerseys are coming off of the multi-head machine, you can load them onto the single head machine at the same time so that they can be embroidering the individual names while your multi-head machine is still running. So you can imagine that really just speeds up your production output, and lowers your production turnaround time, so that you can fulfill those orders much faster and actually use either machine or both of the single head and the multi-head to their specific functions, right? To what they're designed for. So again, the single head embroidering on these individual names, while the multi-head is embroidering on these, the team names. It's just a very good and very quick combo to be able to pump out those type of orders very quickly. So it just really gives you that versatility that you wouldn't otherwise have if you only had a multi-head machine. Now, of course, you can always go the route of purchasing multiple single head machines, so it kind of acts like a multi-head, right? You can scale in volume with multiple, if you had like 5 or 6 single head machines, or you can downscale to just kind of using one machine at a time, or different machines for different types of designs at the same time. Yeah, you can definitely do that, but obviously the cost efficiency of multiple single heads is not going to be so efficient in terms of cost wise as a multi-head machine, right? Because if you're adding on just individual single heads, it's going to cost a lot more than if you purchase like a 6-head machine, right? But the 6-head machine, you're embroidering all the same items, same design, versus single head machines, you have that flexibility. So you're paying essentially a premium to have that flexibility. But it all depends kind of on your overall kind of business goals and how your business operates. So that if you're more geared towards personalized orders, you might want to go with multiple single heads. If you're more geared towards maybe bulk orders, you might want to keep a single head around just for these small samples and testing. And in the case of like a more personalized order of the combination of a team name versus player name type of situation, where then both your multi-head and your single head is going to come in handy. So that's what I would suggest to you if you're looking to kind of take your business to the next level, and when you're at that point of investing in larger equipment to fulfill the volume that you're getting. All right, so that's kind of what I wanted to cover today. if you guys have any questions about that topic, make sure to comment below. I'll be happy to kind of elaborate further if you have a specific question about maybe your circumstance or what you kind of want to ask after hearing this. I'll be happy to kind of dive into that further. And I'll be going through some questions that you guys have been asking about just embroidery or the apparel decoration business in general, or even about Deco Summit and things like that. So feel free to chime in below on any of the topics that we covered. I'll be happy to answer that. So I'll be going through some feeds now on YouTube, and then I'll jump over to Facebook and then also to Instagram. Okay, so let's see some questions on YouTube. So Brandon Duckett says, ready and waiting to learn something. Adam Johnson, machine delivered on Friday. Can't wait to get started. Awesome. Great. JC Productions, always ready and willing to learn something. I'm happy to live in Miami, Florida. Thank Ricoma for having your headquarters here. Awesome. Okay, let's see if any questions here. Yeah, a lot of people getting their machines sent to them quite soon, and very excited about getting started. So that's definitely great. And if you've definitely purchased a machine within the last month or so, if you have your Deco Summit ticket and you're looking to attend to really network with other people in October, make sure to claim your free ticket, or you can buy additional tickets for a friend so you can travel, come with your partner. And because there's so many sessions going on that you might want to attend different sessions just to get the most out of the event. Again, use the coupon code DECO10 on decosummit.com and get 10% off your tickets before Friday. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, JC Productions asked about comparison between Ricoma and Melco. I have that video. Our team kind of put that video link there. That probably explains it a lot better. It really goes into detail, the comparison. Jay Santiago says, receive my MT1501. I love it. So Brandy Volts asks, has anyone ordered their machine in July, gotten the code for Deco Summit in their portal? I've asked no less than 5 people about it, but no one can tell me what the code is. So yeah, it is in your customer portal, okay? So if you don't have access to that, you probably want to get access to that. That's where you do all your pre-training and everything. You should have gotten an email about that, so definitely sign in, and your Deco Summit code is going to be right there in the homepage. Then you'll need to go to decosummit.com and enter that code so that you can redeem your free ticket. Again, all those instructions are in the on your customer portal. Mystery031 says, sounds great. A lot of new businesses around my area are here in deep South Texas, have a Ricoma machine. Awesome. Yeah, Texas is one of the bigger states that we have a lot of presence in. Mario Castro asks, Henry, how do I become a successful CEO like you? How can I learn what you know to be where you are? Well, I think the first and foremost thing is you really have to have a great team. I mean, it's not possible for me to do this all by myself. So you have to have a great team. You have to be able to hire a great team around you to really get to the point where you want to get to in your business, right? For your business to be really successful and for it to run smoothly, you need a great team around you to be able to do that on a day-to-day basis. But I mean, there's just so many things, right? Like I think overall, you can never really learn everything. So every day is really a new challenge. You're learning something new. One thing I always challenge myself to do is to learn something new every single day, whether that's about the business, whether it's just a random fact or whatever the case is, just to increase your overall knowledge. But I think if you're a business owner and you're just starting out, on your own, or maybe with a partner, you want to just make sure that it gets to a point where kind of you can run the business comfortably, right? And then when it starts getting uncomfortable because you're overwhelmed, or maybe you want to scale further, that's when you probably need to bring in outside help. Again, I'm not too sure about kind of your specific situation in terms of where you are in the business, whether you're just starting out, but whether you have been in business for several years. It might be helpful to kind of get some context into that, so I can give you some more directed context onto what you should do. But I mean, there's always something to learn in business, and you can never really learn everything. Don't try to go into it thinking that, okay, I must know everything or in order to be successful. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. Eventually your job is to really hire the right people and the smart people around you to be able to kind of scale the business further. So that's kind of how I see it. And you don't have to always have the answers, but you're going to have a general direction of where you want to go and what direction you want to take the business in, and kind of, have that vision and give that directive to your team so that they can help you execute that, right? But the premise, again, going back to what I said in the beginning, is to have a great team around you. So definitely just, if depending on where you are in the stage of your business, definitely try to learn as much as you can, and you're gonna make mistakes along the way, which is fine, but just try to learn from that, and then as you scale, definitely try to hire the right people so that they can scale with you. Marcus Johnson says, I tried to get finance, but no one called me, no email or nothing. I need one of them. Yeah, just contact our sales team again, or if you can comment about your, what's your email or contact info privately to our team. Our team will kind of get the sales rep to give you a call. Shadow777, I have a MT 2001 8S. I'm so happy learning how to use it. Awesome. Yeah, that's one of our newest machines, and it's a great product. Mystery031 says blankets, scarves, stadium seats, handkerchiefs, even folding chairs are all embroiderable options to offer for your business. Exactly right. And that's kind of going back to what I mentioned, right, in the beginning of the tips that I was giving on how to take your business to the next level. Really offering these variety of services. It's just, even though you might not offer them constantly, just having the capability of doing them is going to, open a lot more doors for you, right? Because you can, like, one thing I always tell people to do, especially if they're offering like a different, maybe, they're able to do belts or, scarves or whatever the case is. If they haven't offered that before, a very easy way to advertise is to, when your customer places an order for, say, like polo shirts, right? You can literally put in a quick flyer or a small kind of like postcard size flyer into the package, just letting them know, it's like, hey, did you know that we also offer hats? Or did you know we offer embroidery on jackets, right? Like, that's a very easy and super simple way to advertise your additional services to your existing clients. Like, you don't even have to, if you add on to your services, you don't even have to get new clients to be able to kind of offer those services too. All right, that's obviously great if you're able to get new clients because they want, in particular, hats or scarves or whatever the case is. But you can imagine the power of just advertising to your existing client base that you're able to offer this simply by putting in a postcard into their package as you ship them, so that when they open it, and take it out. They're like, hey, thank you for your order. Did you know that we also offer embroidery on caps? Like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, the next time around, they're thinking about that, and maybe they'll order some polo shirts and caps, right? So you're kind of increasing the lifetime value and the order size of your customers in the future. And that's a super easy way to do. It doesn't cost a lot of money, doesn't cost a lot of effort. You're packaging the package anyways. Just throw that card in there, and it's a great way to advertise to all of your existing clients, right? So that's what I always tell people. And this is also helpful if you're looking to expand into another apparel decoration method like DTG or vinyl, right? Or sublimation or whatever the case is. When you are packaging that order for embroidery, you can also throw in that card and say, hey, did you know that we also offer sublimation? Did you know we also offer heat transfer vinyl? These are the things that we can do, right? And you list out some things, maybe show some pictures on the postcard. Super easy way to advertise your services to your existing clients, because they're going to open the package, they're going to see it, and it's just, if you have 1,000 customers, that's, and they're ordering just one time every month, you're getting that message in front of 1,000 people every single month, right? And then every order that they do, you can throw in like a different advertisement or different postcard advertising a different service that you have. And then that just kind of, allows them to, every time they open the package, keep you on top of mind that, oh, I didn't know that you offer heat transfer vinyl, or I didn't know that you offer, even if you're in DTG right now and you're looking to expand into embroidery, a lot of people I just tell people, just throw in that card and you can let people know that you offer embroidery now. And now, so instead of getting just printed t-shirts from you, maybe they get some embroidered caps, right? Just list out your services and maybe some pictures and samples of work that you've done, on that postcard, and just throw that out to everybody when you ship out a package. Super simple to do and doesn't cost a lot of money. Doesn't take a lot of effort. But I'm surprised that not everybody does it. Zarina says, can you please send the link for video tutorials to embroider on pockets, sleeves, and patches? I also wanted to buy hoops and pockets for pockets and belts. Yeah, so that will be the 8-in-1 device as well as the belt hoop. Again, those are 20% off using the code RIC20 on shop.ricoma.com until Friday. Make sure to check that out. And then the links to tutorials on embroidering on pockets and sleeves and stuff. And patches. We have tons of videos on those. I'm sure my team can look at that and post them down below. Millen's Tool Belt says or asked, do any of your machines have the ability to embroider onto leather? So the answer is yes. All of our machines have the ability to embroider on leather. It just depends on how thick it is and what type of needle and backing you're using. So obviously, if it's thick leather, if the needle is not able to penetrate through it, it's not going to be able to embroider it. But we've embroidered on thin leather. We've even embroidered on car mats. I mean, really thick stuff, right? Carhartt jackets, that's kind of leathery in nature. Leather jackets as well. We've done that. I'm not sure if we have that sample here, but we've done the we've definitely done a full jacket back design on a like a biker jacket, on like a leather jacket, and that's able to be done. So all of our machines are able to do to embroider on leather. It depends on the needle you're using and the type of backing you're using and how thick that leather is. Patty Evans asks, does Ricoma have an automatic bobbin winders, as some of my designs need to have bobbin thread as to the same color? So no, unfortunately we don't offer a bobbin winder, but you can also have pre-wound bobbins that have different colors. You can buy that in black and white or in different colors. Tasman 605 says, I just got my MT 2001 and super excited to start. It's a bit different from a single needle machine. I got a couple of designs in the works. Yeah, it's definitely a step up from single needle machines. It's 20 needle in this case, and a lot more controls and features. So it's definitely a huge upgrade from your single needle machine, but you're going to find a lot more efficiency in being able to have that many needles to work with. Tasman says, I just upgraded from Inspire to Lux this morning. Do I get a new product code or can I use still the old code? No, so you will get a new license code. You should get that automatically in your email. So check your email for that. You won't be able to use the old code anymore because it's going to be deactivated. All right, let me jump over to some questions on Facebook and then I can jump back here. Okay. I don't see a ton of questions. A lot of people, like Tony Hive says, I just got my machine, excited to learn and get it to work. Shirley Dees asks, Henry, I'm looking to upgrade from my beloved EM1010. What would you recommend as the next step machine? So this is a great question, and one that probably doesn't have a cookie cutter answer. So I would really need to understand a bit further about kind of what your specific needs are and what you're looking to do with your embroidery machine, like what kind of items you're looking to do. But I would say that if you're looking to upgrade from maybe your EM1010 to another single head machine, generally speaking, you can either upgrade to a MT1501, maybe an MT2001, so they have 20 needles. Those would be pretty good options, or even the SWD machine if you're looking for a large size and an embroidery area, again depending on your specific needs. Now if you're looking to upgrade from the EM1010 to a multi-head machine, maybe a 2-head or a 3-head machine, depending on your volume, again, I don't know kind of if you're looking to scale in volume as well, or what's the reason for your upgrade. So you might be, you might want to clarify a bit further on the reason for your upgrade. Is it that your embroidery area is not enough, or the speed, or the or the volume that you're not able to keep up with just a single head? How can you what is the next step, right? So it really would need to depend on your needs. If you're looking to scale in volume, then probably 2 or 3 heads will be really the next step to go. If you're looking to just kind of scale in some of the embroidery area and more needles, maybe the MT1501 or 2001 with 15 or 20 needles can be a good next step to upgrade to. Manny Figueroa ordered my 1502 last week. Wicked West embroidery. Can't wait. Awesome. Good to hear. Okay, Dina Devendorf McKellen asks, any tips on how to embroider on baseball caps with panels? I broke 2 needles trying to embroider on 1. Okay, so embroidery on caps is definitely a little bit more tricky, but we have tons of tutorials on how to do that, and many tips on how to do that. I would really recommend you check out some of those videos first to get an understanding of how caps are done. But I would say that the 2 biggest things that would affect cap embroidery and preventing needle breaks is, 1, you need to lower the cap driver as much as you can. We have videos on doing that, especially on the Richardson cap. We have a full video showing you how to do that. Lowering the cap driver, or if you don't know, just contact our support team. They can walk you through that and show you a video on how to do that. But essentially, lowering the cap driver allows you to minimize the gap between the cap itself and the needle plate, so there's less what's called flagging. So there's no bouncing of the fabric as the needle is going through it, and that's going to help a lot in stabilizing the cap when you're embroidering. And then the second, and what I would consider probably the most important out of these 2 elements, is the cap hooping. Because if you're not hooping the cap properly and it's loose or it's not stabilized properly, that is going to cause, obviously, needle breaks and thread breaks and loss of registration. So make sure that your cap is hooped properly, and cap hooping is not as easy as flat hooping. We have tons of videos on how to do that as well, showing you details on how to use the Ricoma cap ring and hoop your cap properly using that cap ring that comes with your machine. If you're maybe looking to embroider caps using the Hoop Tech Gen 2 cap frame, you can also try that. Some people have found it to be a little bit easier to hoop, but all that comes down to is hooping it correctly so that you make sure that you're hooping it tightly so that the cap doesn't move and doesn't cause more bouncing than it needs to when it's embroidering. And those 2 things alone will help tremendously in your needle breaks. Natalie Cedillo asks, I got my VIP ticket. Did you guys block hotel rooms? So yes, we do have a hotel room block. They tend to run out pretty quickly. We had the first batch already run out, and then we booked an additional block of rooms. So we'll be sharing that link with you guys. And once those are blocked, we might ask for additional room blocks. But it is kind of a busy season, so the hotel might not be as generous in giving out certain room blocks. So definitely take advantage of any room blocks that are available through the link on the website. Or actually, when you order your ticket, you might get information on how to book your hotel and the links there. Maribel Ars says, any tips how to embroider really small letters on auto caps? So really small letters, you need two different things. Obviously, the cap hooping and everything that I just discussed will definitely need to still be there. But two things to make really good small lettering on caps is one, smaller size needle. All right, so going down to maybe a size 10 needle or a size 9 needle, that's going to help you get more kind of crisp results on small lettering, and a thinner thread. So instead of using the standard 40 weight, you might need to go up to a 60 weight. As the weights go up, they're thinner. So a thinner thread coupled with a smaller size needle is going to help you get more crisp lettering done, especially on small letters on caps. Manny Figueroa asks, after purchasing the machines, can you get the chroma software in advance before delivery so you can start practicing digitizing? Yeah, just speak with your with our shipping team here, or speak with your sales rep or your account coordinator, and they can get that taken care of for you. Sarah Aguirre says, is there a promo on the DTG? So yeah, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we do have 0% financing on those as well. On DTG printers, $249 per month is their monthly payment. And you also get a free Deco Summit general admission ticket along with that machine purchase package. Jason Pearson says, on the topic of digitizing, I learned from digitizing for others that every machine and people's styles can be different, and the ability to edit your own files, knowing how you work and what your machine likes, is very handy and time-saving. Yeah, of course, different machines have different formats. They have different settings and firmware and how they, will interpret the design. So even though, generally speaking, when you save the designs in different formats, it's going to be compatible with the machine. But every machine is a little bit different in terms of their firmware and how they kind of, move the needles around, move the frame around. All that little bits of difference is going to kind of have some differences in the design, although it's very small. But knowing that, that's very true, and having the ability to edit your own designs is definitely going to be much more comes in handy rather than go back and forth with the digitizer. Reba Gale Blackwell says, we bought our 1010, EM1010. It's not as easy as we were led to believe. Apparently there's some program we need to watch to understand the machine on chroma. Is this true? So a lot of different questions there, or different things to address there. One, embroidery is never going to be plug and play. If it were that easy, a lot more people would do it and would not be that profitable. So if there is a learning curve. Now, I don't know your specific circumstance on like whether you had experience before or you're just completely brand new. So, but there is going to be a learning curve. So a lot of people have faced that, but with the right time and experience and guidance, you're able to overcome that learning curve and be a master on your machine. That being said, when you say that there's some program that you need to watch to understand chroma and the machine are two separate things. Chroma is the digitizing software, and so what you need to do there is the digitizing portion. is not a prerequisite to learning how to use your machine, because you can outsource the digitizing to a third party, to a professional digitizer, and you can just get back the design, pop in your machine, and embroider it, right? So what I would recommend in your particular circumstance, especially because you're finding a hard time to kind of learning the machine, I would recommend that you learn the machine first. Don't go into the digitizing yet. Leave that for later time and master the craft first of how to hoop hats. As you mentioned, we have orders for hats and have no clue how to set it up. That's something that you need to master first. Learn how to hoop caps. They should go over that in the training. If you need to retake your training again, or if you haven't taken your training with our team here, make sure to take that. Make sure to kind of go through your pre-training. Maybe that's what you're mentioning about some program they need to watch. You do need to watch a series of videos on your customer portal to go through what's called a pre-training before you can sign up for the actual live training, because we want to make sure that your machine is set up properly, that you're all prepared before you go to the live training, because you want to maximize the time during your live training. So if you haven't done that, make sure to do that first. If you have done that and you already went through the live training and you need more of a refresher, sign up to the training again and just go through the training again. You need to get trained first on how to use your machine before you even worry about the digitizing aspect, because you can always get that done by someone else, and then just pop in the design to the machine and embroider it. But you got to know the embroidery first. All right, let's see if any questions on Instagram. Yeah, 103_Derek says the more time you put in, the better you get with the EM1010, of course. So that's kind of what I just mentioned. Boot Life Embroidery asked, is Chroma Luxe digitizing better? Yeah, well, it's the highest tier of Chroma digitizing, so you do have access to all the functionality that's on there. So that's something that if you're looking to have more control over your digitizing process and you have access to all the features, that might be the tier that you want to go to. And again, make sure to use the code RIC20 on shop.ricoma.com between now and Friday for 20% off of any Chroma upgrades. Stitchery by Shirley says, I wish I could afford a Ricoma. It would change my life. To be honest, we're not that expensive, I don't think, especially with the financing programs that we have. So if you're looking to, if you're a little bit cash strapped, make sure to apply to the financing program and see what you can qualify for and perhaps get a machine that way. Ricardo Alonso Vivenco on Instagram says, how many hats can I embroider in a 6-hour shift? So that's kind of a loaded question, because it really depends on the size of the design you have. But I would say that, you can do some simple math to see how many you can do in an hourly basis. Say your cap design is 3,000 stitches, which is a pretty regular cap design, right? It's not too overly complicated, and it's maybe some text and a small design. So say 3,000 stitches. If you're running your machine at like 800 stitches per minute, right? Which is you can run 700 to 800 stitches per minute on caps if you set it up properly. You can probably do that cap in like 5 to 6 minutes, right? So every hour you can probably do what is that? It's like so 5 to 6 minutes every hour. You can do like 10 caps. Maybe if you're a little bit slower and something to set up, maybe 8. So 8 to 10 caps if your design is like 3,000 stitches. Obviously, if your design is more complicated, it's like a 10,000 stitch design, and you're running it at 800 stitches per minute. Just one cap is going to take you like 12 to 15 minutes to embroider. So in a given hour, you can only do like 4. So in a 6-hour shift, you can maybe do like 20 to 24. So, right. So, and that's assuming you're going nonstop, no bathroom breaks and everything. So, find out what you can do on an hourly basis, just simply by taking your stitches in the design, dividing it by, roughly how fast you'll be running your machine. Obviously, there might be some thread breaks, things like that you need to take into consideration, but it'll give you a general rough idea of how long it will take to do one hat. And then you can do that, the calculation on an hourly basis, and then multiply that by your shift. The same person also asked, how loud is the machine? I live in a small apartment. Yeah, I mean, the machines are quite quiet. And I think someone mentioned down below, Mega Weeb says, we have a SWD 1501 in a spare bedroom. With the door closed, it's not loud. It's not too loud at all. So yeah, I think our machines are probably some of the quietest ones on the market. That just speaks volumes as to the way that the machine is engineered, as well as the way that it's assembled, where all the parts internally are very well kind of oiled and mesh with each other on a very tightly, so that there's no gaps or anything. So when you're running at high speeds, it's still very very quiet. In fact, like when we ran some of the SWD machines at the trade show, we were standing right next to the trade show having a conversation with the customer, and the customer was like surprised at how well you're able to carry on a conversation right next to the machine when it's running at like 1,000 stitches per minute, and it was not loud at all. You're definitely able to hold a conversation. So that, I think, it speaks volumes as to how the machines are designed and how quiet they are, and it's really not loud at all if you maintain it properly and you oil everything well. Obviously, when it lacks oil, it's gonna make noises. Just like any machine would. So if you keep it well oiled, it's gonna run like butter. Okay, let me see another question on Instagram here. What are the devices do you recommend having with my embroidery machine? Again, really depends on your needs. If you're looking to, depends on what you're looking to embroider, right? We have belt hoop, we have the 8-in-1 device to do like pockets and sleeves. We also have the robot frame to do shoes or like clamp bags. So really, we have everything that you can imagine for different types of items. Just ask yourself, what is it that you need to do, or you want to get into, or you want to offer, and then that will drive your direction on which accessories to get. Okay. All right. So we're coming up to the top of the hour here. So I'm gonna wrap up with a couple of other questions maybe on YouTube, and we'll kind of get into our giveaways. Let's see here. Terry Abbott. Hi, Henry. I've been a Ricoma customer for over 2 years now. Thank you so much. I have an EM1010 and an MT1501. Awesome. I'm loving embroidery world and actually opening a physical location September 1st. That's super awesome to hear, and it's really exciting, especially when you're opening up a physical space, Terry, and that just kind of speaks volumes as to how big your business has grown, and hopefully you're looking to expand further with us with a multi-head machine, or even further single head machines down the road. JC Productions asked, can you talk a little bit about how easy it is to embroider on the side of caps for the EM1010? So the short answer is it's not as easy to embroider the side of caps on the EM1010. Why? Because the embroidery area is much smaller versus a commercial single head machine like the MT1501 or any of the single head machine that we have that's 15 or 20 needles. The reason being, because of that smaller embroidery area on the EM1010, your cap rotation is not as wide. You can only embroider from eyebrow to eyebrow on the side on the cap on the EM1010 versus ear to ear for the commercial machines. We actually have a video on our YouTube channel showing you how that's done when we embroider 3 sides of a cap, so the front and the 2 sides, in one single run. So that you don't have to re-hoop the cap to embroider on the side. The EM1010, you're not able to go as far to the side as you would on a commercial single head machine that we have. You can only go to about the eyebrow, so you can embroider probably the front panel of the cap and a little bit to the side, maybe at an angle, but it's not going to embroider directly on like the side or the ear. You can definitely re-hoop it and do it that way, but it's not going to be in one single run. You won't be able to do that in one single run. Deltonia Adams Hatcher asked, with the Chroma software, can you take it off of your desktop and put it onto a laptop, or does it have to stay on one thing? And also, as far as your own custom designs, how would you load those onto it? So you could take it off of the desktop, put it on your laptop. It's called another activation. You can actually activate it on two separate devices. You just can't use it both at the same time. So you can install it onto the laptop and then just use it there. That's no problem. In terms of the custom designs, you do need to import like a vector file into Chroma. I mean, you can do that with if you have Adobe Illustrator or any other design software. Just have your design and then open it in Chroma, and then it will have the vector file in there, and then you can digitize around it. Vivian Soto asked, I'm looking to purchase, but I'm a beginner. Well, if you have any questions, Lucy, we'll be happy to answer that, and our team here will be happy to assist further. Okay. Sheo Pearson says, does the DTF feel like a vinyl iron-on? Not really. It has a pretty smooth feel. I think it doesn't feel as smooth as DTG, because DTG is kind of like, you know, the ink is infused in the fabric versus this is kind of a transfer. But I would say it wouldn't feel like a vinyl. It's not as rough as vinyl, right? Vinyl, you can definitely feel a layer on top of it. Brandon Duckett says, what are good ways to practice when starting out, such as a variety of pre-digitized designs? Great question. And actually, this is precisely why we have a website called Hoopmade. That's HOOPMADE, hoopmade.com. We have essentially a library of pre-digitized designs that you can just download. It's a monthly subscription. You can download different categories of designs that's pre-digitized and just practice on those. You don't have to digitize it. You could edit, you know, those designs if you want to, but you can practice on those very easily. If anyone's interested, you know, we have a lot of people that, you know, when you purchase a machine, you get a 3-month subscription for free on hoopmade.com, and then many people choose to kind of keep on having that subscription onwards because, you know, they can download a specific number of designs every month, and we're constantly adding new designs to the library. Terry Abbott asked, thank you for being such a wonderful, helpful company. I am thinking about getting a DTG printer, but I'm not sure I can justify the expense. What should I think about regarding the ROI? So at the end of the day, DTG has to be used very frequently, right? Like, this is not like embroidery where it can sit idle. If it sits idle, you need to put it into like maintenance mode or like idle mode, where you're gonna have like cleaning cartridges in there and flush the lines. It's a little bit more maintenance intensive. I've always said this. It's, you know, DTG is a little bit more maintenance intensive. It's not impossible, but you got to know that it's going to be a little bit more maintenance intensive. That being said, other machines like embroidery still have maintenance that you have to upkeep anyways, but it's just not as stringent as DTG, because you can't leave DTG, you know, sitting there for like, let's say like a week or 2 weeks without using it, or without putting the in storage mode, flushing the lines, or else the ink is going to clog. The ink is going to clog your print head, and you have to replace the print head in order for the machine to work anymore. So in order to justify the cost, you want to ask yourself, are you able to print shirts on a frequent basis, or on demand? Are you going to be using the DTG printer frequently, right, to justify the expense? And some people, for that, you know, the answer is yes, right? Like I get orders all the time for 50 t-shirts. I mean, you're going to be pretty busy with your DTG printer. But if you're only getting like, you know, a order of like 12 t-shirts every month, you know, might not be as conducive to have a DTG printer at the current moment. Might be more helpful to scale your volume before investing in a DTG printer, right? Because of, you know, that volume, you do want to justify that, you know, that expense with the volume so that you can use it constantly, and therefore you know, not have to have it sit idle and perhaps go to waste, or forget to maintain it properly when it's sitting idle, because when you're using it, you're going to be naturally doing the maintenance, right? But if you're not using it, it's sitting idle, you might forget about it, and next thing you know, the ink is clogged, and you have to get a replacement printhead, which can cost you thousands of dollars. So that's what I would think about in terms of your ROI. Okay, last question here that I'll answer on YouTube. It's from Timothy Demers. I was thinking about buying one of two machines, just starting out, and not sure which one is better, the EM1010 or the TC1501. So great question, and probably a question that a lot of people struggle with when starting out. At the end of the day, I might sound like a broken record, but at the end of the day, it really depends on your needs. If you're starting out, both machines are great options. People have gone with larger machines even when they're just starting out. Again, it really depends on your circumstance. And the things that I would think about is, one, what is your budget, right? If your budget is higher and you can afford the TC1501 and it's not stretching your budget, I will go with the larger machine. Why? Because not only are you able to kind of fulfill all your needs now, but you're able to grow into it and scale further, down the road as your business scales. You might have other requests or for larger embroidery or jacket back designs that you might not be able to do as well on an EM1010 because it is smaller. Now, that being said, if you're looking for a more portable machine, EM1010 is definitely half the weight, and it's going to be more portable. Some people take it to craft shows. That's definitely a benefit. But you're gonna have to deal with fewer needles and a smaller embroidery size, right? A smaller embroidery area. So if you're looking to do things like patches, where you want to run all of these patches in one single run, a larger embroidery area is going to give you more patches in one single run. So that's going to be naturally the case. And so a TC1501, the embroidery area is 22 by 14 versus the EM1010 is 12 by 8. So it's almost double the size of the EM1010 in terms of embroidery area. That being said, if you're limited on a budget, if you can only afford the EM1010, it's better to get started with something rather than nothing, right? So you can get into a machine and start making money. Then I would say that the EM1010 would be a good fit for you. But if you have the budget and you are looking to get into this as a business, I would rather go as large as I can go within my budget than under purchase, under buy, and then regret that I didn't buy something larger and now it's kind of, I'm outgrowing its capabilities just a couple of months down the road. So you want to think 6 to 12 months in advance and what you can grow into if you have the budget. I mean, there's a reason why people say get the largest machine that you can afford. Right, and so if your budget is able to accommodate a commercial single head machine like the TC15, those are all the questions that we have time for today. I kind of wanted to wrap up with a couple of things. If you are just joining us and you missed some of the promotions and sales that we have going on, first and foremost, we do have the embroidery sale going on, $135 per month for the EM1010 for 0% financing. So if you're looking to get into EM1010 or get into embroidery overall, right, you can get into it with a pretty low monthly payment right off the bat. You also get a free Deco Summit general admission ticket along with that machine purchase. So if you're looking to attend Deco Summit in October, which is again from October 7th to 9th, you might want to kind of take advantage of that and get your ticket, which is worth about $600 at this point. All right, so that's on the embroidery side. We do have that going on. So contact our team there if you want to get in touch and learn more about our different embroidery machine packages. The second thing that I want to mention is for the DTG machines. We do have packages going on for that as well. $249 per month for the DTG printers. It also comes with a general admission ticket to Deco Summit because we'll be having a lot of DTG sessions in this year's summit as well. So if you want to check that out, make sure to contact us down below and get in touch with the product specialist about the DTG printers. And it comes with everything you need to get started, including a heat press, the Wagner spray gun, your pre-treatment liquid, inks. You do get an extra set of ink as well. So make sure to take advantage of that promotion while it's still available. All right, and then on the shop, I saw a lot of people ask about separate devices or add-ons or accessories. We do have a promotion going on the shop, a flash sale from now until Friday. Go to shop.ricoma.com and you're able to get 10% off of heat presses and sewing machines. And free shipping on those as well, by the way. 10% off using the coupon code RIC10. That's RIC10. and you get 20% off using the coupon code RIC20 for select Ricoma embroidery accessories like the robot frame, 8-in-1 device, belt hoop, and 20% off of chroma. So if you're looking to buy chroma outright, or if you already have an existing license of chroma and you're looking to upgrade, you can use the code RIC20 and get 20% off of those items. All right, so RIC10 and RIC20 available from now until Friday before the coupon expires. Okay, and then last but not least, we do have the Deco Summit flash sale as well. So you get 10% off of Deco Summit tickets. I've mentioned this quite some time now. Deco Summit is going on October 7th to 9th here in Miami, Florida, right in the DoubleTree Hotel next to the airport. We'll be having, there's already over 200 attendees that are registered for the Deco Summit event this October, and tickets are probably gonna definitely sell out. Not probably, I think they're definitely going to sell out before the event. And ticket prices have already gone up once. At the end of at the end of last month, I think, or in the middle of last month. So they're gonna go up again at the end of August. They're gonna go up again on August 31st. So between now and August 31st, you can get tickets at a discounted price before they go up $200 each again. And on top of that, like I said, you can use the code DECO10. If you go to decosummit.com and you purchase your ticket using the code DECO10, you can get a 10% off of the ticket prices on the website now. Okay? VIP tickets are $7.95. GA tickets are $5.95. Again, you can use the coupon code DECO10 and get 10% off of those prices now. They're going to go up to $9.95 for the VIP tickets and $7.95 for the GA tickets on August 31st. So you have about 2 to 3 weeks before they go up in price again. All right, so that's going to be available until Friday as well using the coupon code DECO10. And finally, the last thing is the moment you guys have been waiting for on the giveaway. Again, we have 2 giveaways for today. One is thanks to our sponsor at Otto Caps. They're going to be giving away a pack of 6 blank caps, as well as some threads for you to use in your embroidery process. We're going to announce the winner for that first, and then we're going to announce the winner to our second giveaway, which is a free general admission Deco Summit ticket that's worth $595 in value. All right, so one lucky winner is going to get the auto caps and the thread kit, which is about $60 in value. Okay, and then the second winner is going to get the Deco Summit ticket. So right now we're going to do the raffle and the giveaway for the first giveaway, which is for the auto caps kit, and I'm just being notified here that the winner is actually going to be from Facebook. So the winner for the auto caps blank caps and the threads is going to be John Dean. John Dean is going to be the winner for the auto caps. So congrats, John Dean. Make sure you comment on Facebook, on YouTube, or wherever you are to make sure that you're there before we kind of move on to the second prize. I did see his name somewhere like 30 minutes ago. I'm not sure if he's still here, but John Dean, if you are on the live stream, make sure you comment so that we can make sure that you claim your prize. There we go. All right, I saw John Dean say thank you. So John Dean, you're the winner of the auto caps kit with the blank caps and the threads. Our team will reach out to you and get your shipping information, and auto caps will be sending that out to you. All right, now moving on to our second prize of this live stream, which is going to be the Deco Summit ticket. We'll be giving away one ticket for one lucky winner for Deco Summit for the GA ticket. All right, so it's $5.95 in value, and I'm getting notified here that the winner is going to be Patty Evans from YouTube. All right, Patty Evans joining from YouTube is going to be the second winner for today's giveaway for the Deco Summit ticket. So Patty Evans, are you there on YouTube? All right, Patty Evans, congrats. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Patty Evans. Wow, thank you so much. All right, awesome. Got that on YouTube. So, Patty, we will go ahead and send you the information to claim your free ticket. It'll probably be giving you a code, and you can enter that onto decosummit.com and claim your free ticket, and hope to see you at Deco Summit this year. All right, so free ticket to Deco Summit. Hope to see you there, and you'll definitely be learning a lot in the summit. So it's gonna be well worth the trip, and definitely getting a lot of value out of it. And hopefully apply a lot of those knowledge to your business. All right, so I hope you guys found this session helpful. I hope you found this live stream helpful. Again, I do this every single month, so we'll be doing another one in September. If you missed this one, you can go on YouTube and Facebook later on when we post the videos and the recording, so you can rewatch this if you want to. I hope you were able to kind of get some good tips on how to take your embroidery business to the next level. I mentioned several, I think 4 tips overall on how to take your embroidery business to the next level. We cover a lot of things there. I really hope that you guys take that into consideration and apply it to your business, and not just listen to this knowledge and don't act upon it, right? Because at the end of the day, it's the action that's going to count. If you are interested in more content from us, I mean, we're very active on social media. We have those social media handles on the screen right now that you can follow us. If you haven't already subscribed to YouTube, we just hit over 100,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for our YouTube subscribers. I bet many of you are on this live stream right now, either on Facebook or on YouTube, joining us. And it's because of all of you and because of our team here that we're really able to achieve that milestone. And really hit that 100,000 subs mark, and really, our next goal is to aim for that 500,000 subs mark. So definitely thank you to all of you that have been subscribers of us for all this time and enjoy our content. And if you haven't, if you aren't a subscriber to our YouTube, there's a ton of content on there and information and tutorials. Make sure to check those out and subscribe to our channel. We post videos every single week, and follow us on Instagram as well, so you can keep up to date with any posts and stories that we post. A lot of times we also ask on Instagram stories questions that you guys might have, so you can chime in and ask me a question, and I answer that in the upcoming video. So definitely very engaging and interactive in all of our social channels, and on TikTok for some entertaining content as well, if you're interested to check that out. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys next month, and congrats again to the winners of today's giveaway. I hope you found this information helpful, and see you guys next time.